Hello friends, how are you doing today? I am in no condition to be playing any instruments because in the past few weeks I've gotten maybe 5 blisters on my hands from playing guitar too much. So that's really cool. Anyways, I thought it would be fun if we could try something a little bit different. So here are 50 fun facts about yours truly. I kind of stole this idea from a video that Conan Gray did literally like 10 years ago. So thanks for that, Conan. Appreciate it, man. Anyways, let's just get into it. I collect things. Lots of things. Snow globes like this 11-year-old one from my uncle. I also have this beautiful New York one, which I love. It was from my Broadway phase. Ew. Here's a really pretty turtle that my mom got me, and I'm in love with it. But yeah, it does take extra work to make it snow. The last one I have is this really pretty giraffe one. I love it so much. Majestic creatures, aren't they? I also collect pop figures and lots of Ninja Turtle stuff. Here's my attempt at showing that off. Beautiful. My biggest fear is deep water. I thought it'd be interesting to change locations, but now I'm just downstairs out of breath. Am I okay? Deep water is by far the worst thing in the entire world. This is mostly a fear about like the ocean, because the ocean's freaky. Calm down. The ocean's freaky, but even pools, like even going to the deep ends of pools is horrifying to me, you know? Like, we don't know what's down there. Sure, pools are just like a hole with water in it, but there could still be like creatures lurking down there, you know? And I think my fear of the deep ocean is warranted. Have you seen what walks down there? Look at this guy. That's freaky. And obviously like the whole concept of like drowning, yeah, but that's not that big a deal. My favorite show is Gravity Falls. I actually talk about this one quite a lot. Gravity Falls is an incredible series. I don't care what anybody has to say, okay? The art's pretty, the story's incredible. Everything about it is just so satisfying to me, I guess. And it's also like really kind of comforting. My brother and I used to just sit down in the morning, turn on the cable channel, and just watch Gravity Falls. It was the best thing ever. And it had a lot of representation. Even if they weren't allowed to confirm it as representation, it still had a lot of representation. Dipper, trans icon. We love Dipper. I love traveling, but haven't done a lot of it. Traveling. Sorry about the noise. I'm outside. I don't know if you could tell. Welcome to my backyard. You're on a porch swing. Anyways, I've always wanted to go to places like Japan, Spain, and even like Greece. I love seeing new things because things get kind of boring after a while if you're in the same place. The farthest I've ever gone was actually California, and it was one of the greatest weeks of my life. It's especially nice for someone like me who likes taking photos or doing art. Like, things here get so, like, well, I'm gonna keep taking pictures of the same plants I see? No, that's absolutely ridiculous. I wanna take pictures of new trees. I wanna take pictures of new parks. And with like art, going to new places really inspires like my new drawings and my new paintings and all that. It's really fun. What isn't there to love about getting away for a while? Especially if you live in a place like Utah. Gross. I've memorized a lot of Danny Gonzalez's videos. While trying to get to know Kevin a little better, I decided to ask him some personal questions. Have you ever kissed anybody? Sexual style? And his responses just made me more concerned. Wait, what? Sometimes I am a nasty boy, but rarely enough. If you're lucky, I will say some vulgarity. If you're lucky, I will say some vulgarity. I love that. If I'm lucky, he's gonna say shit, balls, fuck. My parents almost named me Miranda. I mean, I don't use my actual birth name anymore anyway, but I can assure you I'd be a totally different person if I was called Miranda. I just thought it was interesting. Do I look like a Miranda to you? I am fully prepared for the apocalypse. It's true, though. I have a whole journal dedicated to the many different kinds of apocalypses. Apocalypses. Anyways. It's in this cute frog notebook. Zombie? Totally. Nuclear war? Do you even have to ask? That's not it though, because I also have stuff for pandemic, climate change, aliens, robots, volcanoes, and religion. I think that is supposed to be Jesus wearing sunglasses. And then these are his fangirls. That's what I think it is. I started this journal like 2 years ago.
My first concert was a Cavetown concert, and it made me want to do music.
I actually had a really great time while I was there. I went with my brother and his friend, and it was his tour with Addison Grace and Tessa Violet. All of them were awesome, and it's how I found out about Addison Grace in the first place, which I freaking love Addison Grace. That concert, no joke, made my entire year probably. And like, I've always wanted to do music, but before this concert, just had such a hard, difficult time getting motivated to actually make music. So I guess seeing Robbie up there, singing, laughing, smiling, jumping around was just what I needed to help me onto my feet, if that makes sense. So thanks, Cavetown. I appreciate you, man.
I also do art.
I was literally talking about this earlier, but yeah, I love drawing and painting. I actually do a lot of creative stuff, but music and art are like my main ones. I don't post a lot on my art account because I seem to forget that I have one in the first place, but if you're interested and want to check stuff out, here it is. Go look, bro. I dare you. Last year was an art block nightmare, so that was the leading reason of the inactivity, but I've also been working really hard on improving, and I didn't want to post that process. I'm not sure why. I guess I just didn't think people needed to see it.
I used to be Mormon.
Some of you probably know this because I post about it a lot on Instagram, but I actually used to be Mormon. I think it's the same old story of like, oh, parents have certain beliefs, they bring their kid along for the ride. I respect any religion. Go ahead, believe what you want, unless it's harmful to other people. Mormonism is really problematic. I actually wanted to make a whole video about my experience with Mormonism. So if that would be interesting, let me know.
I actually like the smell of gasoline.
Gas is absolutely horrible for the environment, but it does kind of smell good, to me at least. It's kind of comforting in a really weird way. That's all I really have to say about it.
I really love supposedly ugly clothes.
Tacky clothes, by my definition of the word, remind me of a mid-40s dad in the 1980s. And I wholeheartedly believe that if you put silly clothing with just the right outfit, it will look really good. Exhibit A, this nutcracker vest. I wore it to my family's Christmas party. I guess you could say I was looking hot as shit. Let me show you. This probably isn't the right outfit. I found this at Savers, and not even lying here, one of the greatest things I've ever owned in my entire life.
I absolutely despise meat.
I'm not vegan or vegetarian either because I still eat it on certain occasions. And it's not even just meat. It's just like greasy food in general. I don't know. It makes me feel so gross, makes me feel disgusting, and it kind of makes me simultaneously happy and sad. Happy, first of all, because that's one less person eating meat, but sad because then I feel left out at barbecues.
My hometown was once known as Garden City.
I usually say I'm from Salt Lake City, but I'm actually not. Sorry. I don't like saying where I'm actually from because it makes me feel just a little bit safer. That's all it is. But yeah, my hometown was at one point called Garden City, and this was because of all the beautiful orchards and the beautiful trees. And I think that is very adorable, actually. And if you don't know this, there is a town in Utah called Garden City still, but they stole it from us, okay? We were robbed.
My favorite season is spring and summer is trash.
I love that tasty, tasty smell of all the rain and the flowers. Spring is gorgeous, dude. New things are growing, new plants are being born, just new life, and it's really beautiful to me. And I much prefer it to everything going away and dying like in the fall or the winter, right? But I think those seasons are also very pretty. The only one I don't like is summer, okay? I hate the heat, and it's also really dysphoric for me. I don't like it. School's out, everybody's hanging out with their friends, which is lovely. That's awesome. Unless you're like me. It hits different when you don't have many friends that you can just meet face to face with, you know? Because then school's gone. So you're sitting at home in your bed doing whatever, just thinking about your crippling loneliness. It's so sad.
I have watched Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse 37 times.
Do with that information what you will.
My dreams come true sometimes.
This one's a weird one, but I swear to God, I am not crazy. It's like my brain glitches. It shows me a situation where I'm in a certain room with certain people and certain things around me, and then it'll happen. It's really creepy, actually, and it's all one big joke that my mind plays on me. I've read it's common with neurodivergent people, so I guess that makes sense.
I recently picked up puppetry.
Puppets! Puppets are fun. I don't know what retired carnival act possessed me to make puppets and develop characters for them, but here we are. This here is Herman, and he's kind of hard to control, actually, but yeah, he's a really old man turtle, and he really loves pancakes and reminiscing about the past. What an icon. Look at his little face. This guy here, this little orange sock dude, his name is Evan, and this is his sister Emma. Don't you just love them? Tubbs hates them. Tubbs hates them so much.
I have wrote? God damn it, half of a book. I feel like at some point or another, the whole wrote thing I keep doing will become an inside joke of some sort. It feels like one of those things, you know? Anyways, yeah, I for some reason decided that 5th grade was a great time to write a lot of words about a so-called modern-day goddess, an emo teenager with electric powers and a spark in her heart. What the hell was I reading that inspired me to write like that?
Who knows? Maybe I'll revisit it someday. As a joke. Purely for the giggles.
This is a really long video, but happy halfway. I was born on the winter solstice.
I'm not entirely sure how this will be edited, but fun little fact about what's happening right now in my script. This is the 21st fact. That's kind of cool. I didn't do that on purpose. Oops. Anyways. But yeah, I was born on December 21st, the shortest day of the year, which I think is really fun, and it's a really satisfying date, but really disappointing if you want to have a party.
I've always wanted to learn how to swing dance.
Hey, I could probably do it if I had any coordination at all.
I find happiness in the smallest things. Sunsets, stars, the smell of fresh cut grass, someone smiling at me. It just makes me feel all happy inside. If none of the creative stuff works out, I'm gonna be a teacher.
I've been told countless times before that I am really good with kids, and I honestly agree. I also think kids just kind of get me on a whole nother level, so that's cool. It's the ADHD, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Anyways, I love musical theater.
I've actually done a bit myself, but there aren't very many shows to audition for where I am, so it's kind of disappointing. But if you're curious, I really like Be More Chill, The Book of Mormon, and Beetlejuice. I know those are like the most basic musicals to like, but they're basic for a reason, okay? There's just something I love so much about watching people on stage just having fun, you know? It makes me happy to see other people happy, I guess.
I have no idea who I like.
This is where I belong after a fact like this. Men, women, people, I haven't the faintest idea. I have identified as aroace for quite a while. I don't have to have it figured out right now. And I know I don't have to have it figured out right now. But the uncertainty kills me, quite frankly. If I could just be frank for a second. I actually don't know. Sorry, I can't come out there. Sorry. Not yet. You know what? Maybe I'm just nothing. I quite like being nothing. It's okay to be nothing sometimes.
I like tea more than coffee, but I'm really addicted to coffee.
Tea tastes better, and there are so many different kinds of flavors, but I'm addicted to the feeling, baby. I have the type of ADHD where as soon as I drink any caffeine, I become a very sleepy little boy. So I tend to drink a lot of it when I'm really stressed out. The funny thing is, I'm really stressed out a lot of the time. It's just like constant stress because I have like school and things, right? So that means a lot of coffee. Cheers. I didn't put sugar in it. Oh my god, that's really gross.
Sometimes I can still taste it. Anyways, I really love horror movies, but they still freak the shit out of me. It's fun while you're watching it, the adrenaline, the excitement, but then suddenly it's the middle of the night. Everyone you live with or around is asleep. You have to hurry and turn all the lights off, and then you have to make it to your bed before the demons get you. Now it's not so fun, is it? It just gets worse, too, because now you're sitting in the silence of the night just praying you don't hear something. I laugh when I'm uncomfortable.
I don't actually know why this happens. I guess my brain ends up so confused that it just messes up all the signals. It's not the most fun thing going around because it's happened to me at funerals. It's happened to me at really important school presentations. It's happened to me on dates. It even happened to me one time while I was giving a speech at church.
Silence is a nightmare.
It is so awkward when everything goes silent. On car rides especially, me and my stepmom have this thing in common where there either has to be a really long conversation or decently loud music. Silence makes me overthink, and I don't subscribe to that.
Going to a doctor makes me panic. Doctors are scary. That's all I have to say. I'm kind of clumsy. Kind of is an understatement. One time I almost fell off of a mountain because I tripped on a tiny little pebble. True story, people were with me, I have proof. I have a severe lack of spatial awareness. I can't tell you how many times I've been walking around my house and have slammed my hip into a wall or a table. I don't think I could even count that high. Swear to God, one day I'll be impaled by a broom or something. Moving on, though, I'm really awkward at school dances.
I have been to 3 of these, and I still have no idea what to do with myself when I'm there. People dance, obviously. It is a school dance, after all, but I have no clue how to move, you know? We talked about this.
I'm a bad texter.
I either answer too early, too late, or too bland. Sorry.
I love affection, but I'm really bad at asking for it.
Hugs especially. They make me want to cry. In a good way, of course. I'm just unsure how you bring that up. That's my issue with it. Like, it's weird to just be like, yeah, can I have a hug? Oh, no reason. I'm totally fine. I just kind of want a hug, you know? Who does that? Absolute insanity.
I am a proud iPhone hater.
Sorry, not sorry.
I have a weird family.
My entire family is home now, so sorry if you hear any background noise. Anyways, it's not that they themselves are weird people. It's more the dynamic, I guess, if that applies here. I have mom number 1, mom number 2, possible mom number 3, and then dad. And I don't know how that has managed to confuse so many people. How many kids get to say that they have 3 moms? That is a privilege. That is so sick.
My older brother is one of my most favorite people.
He doesn't watch my channel, but I really hope he knows that. I have looked up to him my entire life, I think.
I'm terrible at listening.
I have so many issues with sensory processing, but my issues with listening are by far the worst. It goes in one ear, out the other, and people can always tell when I'm spacing out.
I used to think I could actually be Spider-Man.
Yeah, I threw this journal away, but I had one entirely dedicated to becoming Spider-Man. Like, I designed a whole outfit. I made concepts of, like, weapons I could have. I even looked up, like, cities with the highest crime rates so that I could move there when I was older. Why the hell would I want to do that?
I've never been good at goodbyes.
Goodbyes are incredibly hard for me. It's not just saying goodbye for a long time either. Like, it's not just a long-term thing. I also struggle saying goodbye after just hanging out with someone. Yeah, that's mostly because I don't know how to end a conversation like a human, but still.
I think I'm as introverted as I am extroverted.
When I was doing a lot of musical theater, I would always come home super energized, super excited. My energy levels would just be through the roof. I would be freaking insane. And that always happens when I'm somewhere that's super fun or like really aligns with my passions. But other times, like going to a million stores in one day or going on a super long hike, I come home and I immediately crash. I go up to my room and I'm just dead to the world for the rest of the night.
I'm good at keeping secrets.
I actually still have secrets from elementary school up in there. I've held on to them for so long. I'm a senior in high school. Are you impressed? No? Oh, all right. That's fine.
I have a decently sized and ever-expanding collection of graphic novels.
The most recent additions are Mooncakes by Suzanne Walker and Taproot by Keezy Young, I think. They're really adorable queer romances. And I don't know. Those are the types of books that I kind of like reading. I also check out a lot at the library. I read the graphic novel version of Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson quite a bit ago, and it was incredible. The art was very beautiful, and it did make me cry. I don't know. I think pictures are easier to read than just like line of text, line of text, line of text, line of text, line of text right after each other. Because then I get so lost, dude.
Religion scares me, but I'm also very interested in it.
I think looking into other people's beliefs is very interesting. It's very fascinating to me. Learning about and embracing each other's uniqueness is awesome. It's so powerful and I love it. My thing is, religious people are usually, not always, but usually very, very bigoted, and I'm sure you're aware of this. Some religions themselves can be super problematic, like I was talking about earlier with Mormonism, but also with like cults and stuff. Some things just rub me the wrong way, okay? It's just something I've seen.
I have never been on a plane.
I really want to go on one so bad, but I don't travel ever. I never travel. I've never left far enough away that I would need a plane. I also don't do very well with heights.
I hate calling people.
I just never know what to say in a call. And it's kind of unfortunate because I can only reach a lot of my friends through calls and texts. And even the people that I know in real life really like calling me. I think this is more just a warning. If you call me, I will talk to you over the phone, but just be prepared for a whole lot of awkward.
I don't like the beach.
Like we were talking about earlier, water scares the shit out of me. Oh my god, it's awful, and there's nothing good about sand. It's uncomfortable, it's hard to wash off, it's gross, okay? There's nothing promising about that experience for me. The beach is lame. Sorry about the train. Bonus fun fact, I live right by the train tracks.
I hate baths. I'll take one if my period cramps are super bad that day, but otherwise, no thank you. I always freak out about germs beforehand and end up cleaning the whole thing before I can finally sit down and enjoy it. Holy shit, this was way longer than I wanted it to be. Thank God it's finally over. Outro time.
How nice of Mr. Tubbs to join us again. I won't wake him up this time. Oh, it appears he's already awake, so I guess that doesn't matter. Anyways, that was a lot. I hope you gained something from that. This one took a lot of time to film and edit, so sorry I haven't posted in a while, but as soon as my hands heal up, there will be even more music, so be on the lookout for that. Thanks to everyone who's joined from my last video. There's a lot of you. Thank you. I am so happy to have you. I am so glad you're here. I hope everything is going well for you. And if you so please, go ahead and tell me about yourself in the comments below, okay? It could be like a mutual exchange thing, you know? I tell you 50 useless facts about me. You tell me some useless facts about you. If you stayed until the end, thank you so much. Oh my god, it was a long ride and you're still here. That's incredibly impressive. Even if you're not still here, I really appreciate you. Stay safe, go get some water and some rest, and I guess I'll see you next time.